Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to spookopoly. I'm gonna have trouble saying that throughout the week, so if I mess up, it's fine. Everything's fine. But if you don't know, spookopoly is Becca from Becca and the Books readathon that she is doing over the course of October. You may have heard of it as a Bookopoly, which is her TBR game. I love participating in this readathon so much. It's actually probably my favorite readathon, and this year she is doing it in October, so it's spookopoly, and I'm so excited to participate. I can't wait. My reading has slowed down since I started teaching, so I'm hoping that I can still fly through these books, but yes, we need to do my first roll to see what I'm first going to pick up. Alright, time for the first roll. What is that? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Green. So my first roll landed on green, and I have the perfect book for it in the green department, but not necessarily the perfect book for a readathon because it is quite long, and like I said, my reading has slowed down, so this might take me some time to read, but I keep putting this book off because of the length, so I feel like this readathon is the perfect excuse for me to finally pick it up. So without further ado, the book I chose was House of Roots and Ruin by Erin A. Craig. This is the sequel to House of Salt and Sorrows, which is one of my favorite books. Absolutely love that story. So as you can see, super green, and then the naked hardcover is also just completely green. I also have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, so it's just really stunning. I love the gold on this as well. So if you don't know, this first book is actually a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. So we follow this girl who lives in like this watery palace with her sisters, many sisters, and her dad and her stepmom, and there is this curse on the family where each of her sisters starts dying. And so they're trying to figure out the curse. And I don't know what the sequel is going to hold in store. I actually reread the first book over this summer in anticipation for this, and like I said, I've been putting it off because it is quite chunky. I can't remember how many pages. It's like 530 something, and for me, anything over 400 I consider chunky, especially teaching full-time, but hopefully I just get sucked in and fly through this. But if you haven't been able to tell, I'm doing the roll as you go method, so after each book I finish, I will roll again. So hopefully it's not too long before I get to roll, because rolling is like my favorite part of this readathon. But yes, let's get started. Happy October 1st, happy spooky month. I'm excited. Hello everyone, it is now Monday. It's about 4 p.m. I just got off of work, and I have quite a few updates for you. First of all, look at my shirt. It is so cute. I'm obsessed. I had to wear it for the first day of October at school, and nobody commented on it, so kind of weird, but I love it. It's so cute. But as far as reading goes, so yesterday I did start House of Roots and Ruin, and I was worried, like I said, that this would take me a little bit to get through because it is chunkier. But yesterday, I already read 100 pages of it, and I'm reading it pretty quickly. Obviously, it's still going to take me some time because I am a working girl now, but I am loving this so much so far. So like I said, I loved the first one, and I wasn't sure exactly what the sequel was going to be about, but this second book actually takes place several years after the first book, and in this one, we actually follow Verity, who was the youngest sister in the first one. So in the first one, she was like 6 years old, and now she's 18. So several years have passed, and if you have read the first one, you know there's some kind of strange things about Verity, and we are seeing that play out in here, and I am loving it so far. The vibes and the atmosphere and the descriptions are just some of my favorite things about Erin A. Craig, especially this series, because I just love it so much. So yes, 100 pages in, that's going good. I'm hoping to read more today, but we'll see, because I need to edit my wrap-up that will go up tomorrow. So after I film this clip, I'm gonna edit my wrap-up and then upload it, and I need to also do my thumbnail, but that shouldn't take too terribly long. But I also have other reading updates because I finished a book that I didn't tell you about, and it really doesn't have anything to do with spookopoly because I didn't roll for it, but I was reading it, and I was reading it through Kindle, and that is Wires and Nerve by Marissa Meyer. This is a graphic novel, and this is volume 1 in this series, and this is part of the Lunar Chronicles world, and I really enjoyed this one, but I gave it 4 stars. Normally I give all of them 5, but I gave it 4 just because I prefer the story to be told in novel format. But it was so much fun to see these characters again, and I liked the story continuation that happened, so that one was really fun. And another reading update, I am also reading another story that I didn't roll for, but I was already in the middle of it, and that is In Bloom by Paul Tremblay. So this is part of the Amazon collection short story thing they have through Kindle Unlimited, and this is the Creature Feature collection. So I have read the first 3, I read them at the end of September, so now this is the 4th one, and I don't really like this one. I feel like it is talking about nonsense and I have no idea what's going on. So as you can tell from the title of this collection, Creature Feature, they all feature creatures, and it is a horror collection, and so far all of them have been really mediocre, and this one is also not great. But I'm still going to read the whole collection because it is some fantastic authors. But yes, I'm currently reading that one, and then House of Roots and Ruin, and I have an unboxing for you. So I got this box in the mail just now. Obviously it is from Waterstones. I know what it is, so I'm really excited to see what this looks like in person. And that just tore, so let's try from this side. Perfect. I know what this is. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so pretty. It is a special edition book. It's taller than I thought it was gonna be. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is The Chalice of the Gods, which is the 6th book in the Percy Jackson series. This is the newest edition that just came out. I own the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, but I needed to get this Waterstones edition because, first of all, look at this cover, and it is signed. So let's take a look in here at the signed page. There we go. So now both of my editions are signed, and the edges, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, there's a snake. That is stunning. This is so pretty. I'm obsessed with the colors and the gold. Love this so much. I can't wait to read that one, but I am not going to get to it anytime soon because I am finishing my reread, and then I'm going to read the Trials of Apollo series for the first time, and then I'll pick up the 6th one. But yes, so excited about that and all of my reading adventures that are happening so far. I hope Spookopoly is going well for you so far, and I hope that I can get through House of Roots and Ruin in a good time to get to my next roll, but I will update you probably tomorrow or the next time I have read a significant amount. All right, it is now Wednesday once again after school, and once again I have several reading updates for you. So first of all, I finished 2 things today, and again, neither one of them was for anything that I rolled for, but I did finish In Bloom by Paul Tremblay, which I talked about yesterday, and this story from the collection was my least favorite so far. I ended up giving it 2 stars because I was completely lost. Like, this story is not very long, and I was so lost with what direction it was going, and then it kind of picked me up along the way, and I was like, okay, and then it lost me again. So I gave it 2 stars, not my favorite. I am unsure if Paul Tremblay is going to be for me because that is the 2nd thing I've read by him, and both things have been 2 stars so far, but we'll see. After that, I finished Best of Luck, and that one was by Jason Mott, and this was also in the Creature Feature collection, and this has been my favorite so far. I love this one so much. It was so unique, and it was also pretty dark, which I just really loved. I've never read anything from this author before, but now I'm super interested because I gave this short story 5 stars. I really loved it. So after that, I started the 6th and final short story in this collection, which is Big Bad by Chandler Baker, and I'm like 50% of the way through that, and so far I'm really enjoying it as well, so we'll see how it ends up. I will definitely let you know. But another reading update that I forgot to tell you I was even reading this book. Once again, another one that I didn't roll for, but I'm already reading it, and so I'm going to continue reading it, and that is The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. I've been rereading all the Percy Jackson books because of the TV show that's coming out in December, which, by the way, looks incredible. Like, every time I watch the trailer, I sob because it just looks so amazing and exactly how it should be done. But anyway, I've been listening to this one on audiobook whenever I run in the mornings. So actually when I started this vlog on Sunday, I ran 12 miles, so I listened to a lot more of this. And then this morning I had a 5-mile run. So now I'm almost done. I am on page 460, so I have this much left. So I should be finishing this week. I have a 7-mile run tomorrow, so we'll see. I should be pretty close to the end after tomorrow's run. And then, of course, the book that I actually rolled for, House of Roots and Ruin, I am now on page 150, so I didn't read it too much more yesterday, but I read a little bit more today, and I'm hoping to read more later. So, like I've already stated many times before, One of the reasons my reading has slowed down is because of my teaching job, and also I have been sucked into binging MasterChef. Little background on me, I used to have the biggest fear in the world of Gordon Ramsay, and so now I've been doing exposure therapy, and now I'm obsessed with him, and I cannot stop watching MasterChef. So as I'm watching MasterChef, in between, like, during commercials, I've been picking this up, so I've been reading a little bit slower, but I am still loving it so much so far. I love Verity and the other characters we're getting introduced to, the vibes, the atmosphere, the spookiness, it's all present, and I am loving it. So I can't wait to see where that goes, but that is my reading update for right now. My ears, elephant in the room, they are so red right now, and you know why? Because it is October 3rd, and it is over 100 degrees where I live. Get me out of here. Okay, it's just ridiculous. I hate it here. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch MasterChef and read some more, and then I probably will see you tomorrow because I've been reading a lot, just not the book that I rolled for. So hopefully we can change that. Hello. I can't remember if in my vlog update I said the correct date yesterday, but now today it is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday when I updated, and I can't remember if I said Tuesday or Wednesday. But yesterday was Tuesday, today is Wednesday, and once again, I have more reading updates for you. And everybody say it with me, not for the book that I rolled for. So I have finished 2 books today. The first one was The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, and I ran 7 miles this morning, so I got to finish up listening to this, and good golly gee, you know, this is a reread for me, so I know everything that's about to happen, but it still hits so hard. The ending of this, I was listening to like the last 3 minutes on my drive home from my run, and I screamed. Still, I screamed and I was like, what? Even though I already knew. Like, I just love this so much. So good, 5 stars. And then I finished Big Bad by Chandler Baker. This is the 6th and final short story in the Creature Feature collection. And let me tell you, I was into it. I was invested. I was interested until the end. The end of this story I hate so much. I literally knocked 2 stars off. So I gave this one 2 stars. I was thinking it was going to be a 4, and then I was like, okay, maybe a 3. We'll see what happens after this. And then no, it was a 2. I hated the ending so much. So overall, this collection, my average rating was 2.8 stars. So I would not really recommend. The only one I recommend you read is Best of Luck by Jason Mott. That's the only one I gave 5 stars, and the only one that I really enjoyed. But, so I'm finished with that collection, so I started another book, because what I've been doing is like in between classes or like downtime or before school starts or after school or something, I've been reading my Kindle on my laptop, and so I got another book on there from my library, and that is called Wicked Remains or something by Laura Pohl. This is the sequel to The Grimrose Girls, which I read like last week, and I loved that book, so I immediately wanted to read the sequel. So I started the sequel. I'm only like 14 pages in, but I will be updating you on that as I go along. And then, of course, the book I actually rolled for, I don't have the dust jacket on, but yesterday I got to page 203, so I'm hoping to read more of this today. And as you know, my MasterChef journey, I am almost done with season 8, so I will read this as I am finishing season 8, and during commercials, I will pick this up. So hopefully get a good ways in. Definitely, I should get halfway today, so we'll see. But I think those are all my reading and watching TV updates for today. I'm going to change out of my dress and then go lay down and watch MasterChef and read. I'm thinking about filming a video, but I don't really want to. And so right now, because I took like that month off of filming and uploading, so right now I'm kind of just filming when I want to. So I really do need to film. It's gonna be my fall most anticipated releases, which covers September, October, November, and it's already October, so I should really film it and get it up, but we'll see if that actually happens. Hello, it is now Friday. I did not update you yesterday on Thursday because I simply did not feel like it. So, some reading updates. In the book I actually rolled for, House of Roots Ruin, yes, still reading it, I'm on page 300 now. So the middle has dragged a lot, like it's gotten slower, but I still really love it. Like this could still be a 5-star book, but the middle is definitely dragging. Like I'm definitely feeling the length of this book right now. I will say, I love gothic books and the added romance that comes within them. And this one, I really like the romance, and I know there's something weird going on, we just don't know what. But it is very insta-lovey, but I feel like kind of in this era, like the gothic era, that happens a lot. But things are starting to happen, things are starting to go down, and I feel like it's just gonna get more exciting. As far as the other book I told you about, The Wicked Remain by Laura Pohl, I am 15% of the way through that one, I think. Yes, 15% of the way through that one. And I didn't even tell you what it was about. I told you it was the sequel to Grimrose Girls, and that book in particular is like Once Upon a Time in a YA book. That TV show, Once Upon a Time, I love that show so much, and that book is exactly like it. So we follow these girls that go to a boarding school in Europe. Awesome setting, and right away one of their friends is found dead and they think she was murdered, and so as they're investigating and trying to figure out what happened to her, they find out that there might be some fairy tales involved and they might be cursed. So good. So 15% of the way through that one, things are already like hitting the ground running. This book also has multiple point of views and short chapters, so it makes it go by really, really fast. So I'm loving being in this world. And another book update, because this morning on my 7-mile run, I started listening to Arusha and the Tree of Wishes, I think it is, by Roshni Chokshi. This is book 3 in the Pandava series, and this is under Rick Riordan Presents, so this one is about Hindu mythology. Now, normally I only listen to books on audio if I have read them before, because I just like can't remember everything and focus on everything, but in the case of the Rick Riordan Presents books, I am listening to those on audiobook now because all of those books, I'm like, I want to read all of the Rick Riordan Presents books, but as I've been reading them, I've just been like disappointed in them, and I don't retain any of the information. So the only way I'm going to be able to get through all of them is through audiobook, because I don't really have interest in picking them up physically, but I want to read all of these books in the imprint and just hope that one day I find a gold mine. There's one book, Dragon Pearl by Yoonha Lee, that's under the imprint, and it's Korean mythology, 5 stars, love that one. But every other book in the Rick Riordan Presents has been 2 or 3 stars, so now I'm listening to them on audio. I started this one this morning on my run, and I am 16% of the way through, and it's going good so far, so maybe I'll enjoy it more, like listening to it, because right now everything's been mediocre just reading it. But yeah, those are my reading updates so far. Like I said, it's Friday, and it's a 3-day weekend, so I'm hoping to get some reading done. I also did finish season 8 of MasterChef, and I'm one of those people early on in the season, I like to call who I think is gonna win, and I'm usually pretty accurate at it. The person that won was like my second call. So the first person I called, when they got eliminated, I immediately chose a second one, and this person was my second call, so like, happy with that. But I really want to watch season 9, but I'm trying not to start it because I need to read, but I might start that. Anyway, I have a very exciting unboxing. So this is from Fairyloot. I'm pretty sure I remember what this should be because I have like 2 things coming from Fairyloot, I think, but I think this is like, let's see if I'm right. It's gonna be exciting. Hold on, let me open this without destroying the books. All right, finally got it open. This box is heavy, so it's gotta be the thing I'm thinking of. There's a ton of these styrofoam things. And then the little Fairyloot thank you card. And, oh, this is gonna be hard to get out. I'm gonna make a mess. Hold on. Okay, so I got the books out. Let me unwrap them and then I'll show you. These are gonna be stinky! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, first, we have Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. So Fairyloot released the first 3 books in special editions. Oh my gosh. So again, Vampire Academy, we have the back, and it says, only a true best friend can protect you from immortal enemies. And then we have all around sprayed edges. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. First of all, the book. Can we just, and then the back, and then, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. Okay, let me put this back on and then I'll show you the other 2. I also forgot to tell you, the first one, Vampire Academy, is signed. It's signed. Okay, the sequel. Frostbite, and the back says things die but they don't stay dead. And then of course the sprayed edges. And then, oh my gosh, I'm literally sobbing. Look at this. Stunning. And then of course the artwork. Wowza. Amazing. Okay, one more. Okay, and the third one, Shadow Kiss, which if you've read this one, you know. I can't tell you the quote on the back because it's a spoiler, but it's so good. Okay, so we have, of course, the sprayed edges, and then this is the best thing I've ever done. And then these, oh my gosh. And then of course, we have the art. Oh my gosh, these are just absolutely stunning. I am so excited about these. Okay, this has been a very long vlog clip, so I'm gonna go put these away, display them on my shelves, and then hopefully read some tonight. I am so mad at this ending, but like in a good way. But okay, anyway, it is Saturday today and I just finished House of Roots and Ruin. And my goodness, the ending of this book was a whirlwind, and I was really worried it was gonna end in a certain way, and it ended in that way. So I really can't say anything else because I don't want to spoil it. I'm gonna end up giving this one 4 stars because in the middle, like I said in my last update, I was definitely feeling the length of the book, and I felt like it could have been a little bit shorter just because I felt like it dragged a little bit. But I really liked Verity as a character and seeing her grown up as opposed to the first one, and also being in a new location and getting to see different customs within this world, because the first one was all about water and the ocean, and this one is all about plants, which is really cool. But yes, 4 stars, and if you've read this, please talk to me because there's a lot going through my brain right now. But because this is Saturday, this is wrapping up the vlog so I can start week 2's vlog. So let me wrap up everything I read. I ended up reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. And House of Roots and Ruin was like the only thing I actually rolled for. So now that I finished this, I actually get to roll again. So my next roll will be in next week's vlog. So I finished that book. The first thing I finished was Wires and Nerve Volume 1 by Marissa Meyer. Gave that 4 stars. In Bloom by Paul Tremblay. Gave that 2 stars. That was probably my least favorite short story of that collection. And then Best of Luck, 5 stars by Jason Mott, the only one I recommend. And then The Lost Hero, Rick Riordan, a wonderful reread for me, 5 stars again. And then Big Bad by Chandler Baker. That was the last short story in that collection, and the ending completely ruined that for me, so I gave it 2 stars. But even though I only read one thing that I actually rolled in Spookopoly for, I still had a really fantastic reading week, and I got to read a lot of things that I was really interested in. And I'm happy that I tackled a book over 500 pages on my TBR, because like I said, I had pre-ordered this. I actually have 2 copies of this because I was so excited for it and I kept putting it off. So I'm really thankful that Spookopoly urged me to pick it up and that I enjoyed it, because even though the first one was rated 5 stars and this one was rated a little bit lower, I don't think it disappointed in any way. It met all my expectations, and I can't wait to see what Erin A. Craig writes next because I have read everything from her so far. But yeah, that is it for this video. If you are participating, please let me know, and let me know how week 1 went for you. I would love to know. If you've made it this far in the video, of course, leave the little ghosty emoji. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!